Bernard here. I hope you're all very well. Welcome to my film and TV channel. And we have a drama review today. We're continuing our look at the Small Axe Anthology. I mean, there's 5 episodes. We've already done the first couple, which not great. One was okay, and the other one was a bit of a letdown for me anyway, personally. Obviously, people have different views, obviously, don't they? But the Small Axe Anthology, we're going to look at one called Red, White and Blue today, the episode called Red, White and Blue. So please, if you're new to the channel, push that subscribe button. I have been trying to get to 500 subscribers by Christmas 2020. We're not far away, and we're just at the last day in November as I'm recording this. So much appreciated everyone who's given me your support. That's absolutely fantastic. But if you are new, please sub. That'd be great. I try to entertain and inform as I do this these vlogs for you on this movie and TV channel. And please check the playlist as well. I do little vlogs on my football team, Manchester City. So if you can check that out, that'll be absolutely fantastic. I do City history, City present. And if it's not of interest to you, please, if you can point someone else in my direction you might know who might be interested, that'd be absolutely wonderful. Yeah, so there you go. Yeah, all comments, please, all comments on this Small Axe Anthology. Please let me know what you think of this anthology. Now we're halfway through with the 3rd episode. Let me know what you're thinking about this. Yeah, it follows on from the Mangrove and Lovers Rock, obviously. This episode has got a runtime of 76 minutes. It's advertised at 80 minutes, but obviously once you take out the credits, etc., it's 76 minutes. It's a historical drama, of course, as they all are, directed by Steve McQueen and co-written by McQueen and Corsia Newland. This one stars John Boyega, obviously from Star Wars, the recent Star Wars movies, as Leroy Logan. He's an officer in the London Metropolitan Police who founded the Black Police Association and attempted to reform the police force from within. So again, it sort of follows through on a very, very deep, true story, obviously within the constraints of a 80-minute, 76-minute runtime. There's only so much we get to know about this guy, which is a shame because it does whet your appetite. But more on that in a moment. Anyway, it's available on BBC iPlayer, and this particular episode I think is released on Amazon Prime on the 4th of December 2020. Is it any good? Well, yeah, Metacritic, the critics on there, they've assigned it a score of 84% based on 13 positive reviews. That's not an overall percentage, that's like a positivity rating, and it scores anywhere between 6.7 out of 10 and 10 out of 10. Variety's Owen Gleberman, he gave it 7 out of 10 and wrote, Red, White and Blue mostly lacks the gritty period flavour of the other Small Axe films. Disagree slightly. It's a little glossed over. Okay, it's a little bit more storytelling, this, a little bit more basic storytelling rather than trying to be a little bit clever, which I think the other two were at times. The daring of this movie is its downbeat narrative. It's structured like the air seeping out of a tyre, so that it presents us with a character of idealistic strength, commitment and personal heroism, only to plop him into a set of circumstances that won't allow him to be a hero. Well, absolutely, you've summed it up pretty well there, Owen. Obviously, well, you know, spot on. Indie-wise, Eric Cohn, he gave it 8 out of 10. He liked it. He wrote, McQueen's gripping true-life drama compensates for some of its more heavy-handed beats thanks to Boyega's staggering career-best performance and the fiery tone that surrounds it at every turn. The movie is both a ferocious indictment and a call to action that embodies Logan's cause, even if it's doomed from the start. RogerEbert.com, Odie Henderson again, yeah, they gave it 8 out of 10 as well. There's a couple of 10 out of 10s, but you know me and 10 out of 10s, I've sort of ignored those. I've gone as high as the 8 out of 10s here. Red, White and Blue got under my skin, he wrote, in ways I was not expecting. McQueen uses the police procedural format to interrogate what it's like to be the only black person in a hostile and racist job environment. Yep, so there's the views of the Metacritic. It's all about Rotten Tomatoes. Well, it does have a 95% approval rating. I think that's generally for the whole series. But obviously, as far as Red, White and Blue, 41 reviews. And the consensus is an urgent and timely biopic that's as sumptuous as it is searing. Red, White and Blue is a triumph that gives the undeniably talented John Boyega the starring role he deserves. Yep, I will echo most of that. Internet Movie Database, 130 scores have been left by people who've watched this so far. 7.1 out of 10, a very healthy score indeed. Right, so on to my little thoughts on this. As I say, I've not been overly impressed with the first two, have I? But Yeah, Boyega, absolutely fantastic. He's excellent in this. He carries off superb. I wasn't actually his biggest fan in Star Wars. I'll be totally honest with you. I wasn't. I'm not quite sure he was convincing in that. I know that's strange to say, but he's totally convincing in this one. This is more like the anthology I thought we'd get. In all fairness, this is what I thought the sort of style of drama we would get. After the first couple of episodes, for me anyway, didn't quite hit home, although a few critics don't agree. People do agree with me, people don't agree with me. I get a couple of, I've had some thumbs downs with my reviews of the first two, which is fair enough. We've all got our opinions on it. They just, for me, as a watch, they just didn't quite hit home, the first two. And certainly the first one, Mangrove, I did want to see a lot more, and obviously I never got this. And this sort of leaves me with that sort of feeling, but at least it fills the 80 minutes pretty well, this one. It's a great start. I mean, a great start or a bad start, depending which way you look at it, as two officers obviously search a young school uniformed lad outside of school, just waiting for his dad to pick him up. And of course, this is the central character to the whole story. So it is a negative and a positive start to the whole thing. And obviously, if you look at the story as a whole and what this guy goes on to do, it's quite revelationary, really, in the way it's done. Again, a bit like Mangrove in the first of this anthology, I just want to learn more. And obviously, I've already looked at various bits and pieces on this Leroy Logan character and see what he's done and what he did after, what he achieved, what he didn't achieve, etc., etc. So it is the sort of thing, and I like that in a film or a drama. I like to actually go away and read up on it. And if you want to do things like that, it does that. If you want to just watch it as a one-off and forget about it, it sort of satisfies that as well. Did I learn anything from the episode? No, of course I didn't. No, I lived through that time. Don't forget, I'm not a young man. I lived through those days, and I'm aware of what happened, and I have the knowledge over years and years of going back and looking at these things and reading up on these things. I'm a big history buff anyway, as you probably know, as real life history as well as football history. So, yeah, of course not. I didn't learn anything, but as entertainment, as a drama for 70 minutes, and for people, perhaps younger people who've not seen this sort of thing, I think it's very, very informative and useful. And let's be honest about it, but Boyega just carries this thing along for the 70 odd minutes that it's on. And I just so wished it had carried on. Actually, it's one of those things that finishes, and I so wanted it to carry on a lot more. So as you can see, I'm quite happy with this one. Some people might not like it. Some people might think it is a bit glossy, as one of the critics said there. But I thought this was more in line with what I expected from this McQueen thing. And obviously, as I said, I have watched other bits and pieces. I've watched his 12 Years as a Slave, and as I said, it wasn't my favourite of that sort of film. I thought it was a good film, but certainly. I do have my doubts, but he's done well with this one. I think he's made it into. I'm not going to say it's entertainment. It's a drama that I think you should watch, and I think we all should learn from. But as I said, I've not really learned anything from it because it's not anything I didn't know already. But I'm sure younger people who perhaps didn't live through that time, etc., will learn something from this, and it's very useful. As I said, I'd love to see a sort of episodic series on this guy, to be honest with you. I mean, it's probably not going to happen, who knows, but yeah, it does whet my appetite, and I just wish there was so much more. And just as an aside, some great music as well, obviously some fantastic music backtracking this as well, so a bit slightly better than obviously the last episode, which obviously was basically music all the way through, but there's some good stuff in this one. It's fantastic. So my little rating for this one, I'm quite impressed, so I'm going to give it a good rating, and certainly my highest rating for the anthology so far. I'm going to give it a Berners rating and a movie game nostalgia rating of 7.5 out of 10, because as I say, it did whet me up. Could it have been deeper? Probably not in the time scale. I mean, not in 70 odd minutes. You can't really go much deeper, can you? And obviously, I would like to see more at Hendon Training Schools, the sequence in there. I would like to see more of the build up to it. I would like to see more of his youth. I would like to see more of his time as an officer, but I think we got the sort of bullet points from this little drama, and yeah, I enjoyed it for that. So 7.5 out of 10. Please let me know what you think, if you get to watch this. And as I say, I do think it's the best of the three so far, and I'm looking forward to the last two now, which obviously I couldn't perhaps say that after the first two. I wasn't particularly. I was just hoping that we get something like this, and we did, which is, I think I actually mentioned last time, I was hoping we get something I could get my teeth into and enjoy, and I did enjoy it. I did enjoy this one. Anyway, thanks for watching. Please check my links on screen. If you follow a friend me on Twitter and Facebook, I do check every couple of days and follow my friend everyone back. And if you can check out my website, moviegamenostalgia.com. I do sell old and rare DVDs on there. Movie posters from the 90s and 2000s when I used to have a video shop in Manchester. And I've got some board games on there as well. So if you can spend a little bit of time to have a quick look on there. Some great posters on there. Some great movies, some great actors as well. So if you can have a quick look at that, that'd be absolutely fantastic and much appreciated, my little day job. Anyway, thanks for joining me today. Please, whatever you're going to do the rest of the day, have a great one. Look after yourselves, look after your friends, look after your families. And let's all look after each other. So until we meet again, either here or perhaps on my footy channel, if you know anyone or you're interested in having a look at that. Until we meet again on there, please stay safe, everyone. Doing the same. Goodbye for now.